episode 3 of Not Qualified.
To be here. And Dana, I'd like to welcome you in.
Thank you, Courtney.
This is Not Qualified. You are Dojo Dana, and I'm cool, calm, and collected Courtney.
Yes, we are.
And today, we're going to talk. What motivates you? What fuels your soul? Love, passion, bitches, fame, money, everything. Why are you laughing? This is a serious topic. Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Dana, you've just the podcast is over.
I'm Dojo Dana.
Dojo Dana,
Dojo
baby. No, I couldn't hold that for that long.
Isn't like a dojo like a fighting ring anyway?
Is a dojo a fighting?
Like dojo. Like a dojo is like
no. A dojo is a karate gym.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Oh, flim flams. I was aiming for like a temple.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I wish I realised that before, but I realised that now.
Oh my God. Okay, everyone, we've changed the theme. It's now Fight Club.
And we don't talk about Fight Club.
We don't talk about Fight Club, so
Podcast over.
ciao. No, okay. Welcome everyone to the madness. Dojo Dana, karate chop me with your news of the week.
News of the week, or just like what?
Well, not news.
Just kind of like what's happened this week.
Give me a hot 411 on the things of life.
This week's been just like, just life admin week kind of thing. We went out on the weekend though together.
We did.
We had a little boot scoot and boogie.
I was racking my brain before we start. I'm always like, oh, we got to talk about our week. And I'm like, what have I done? What did I do on the weekend? Now, okay, yeah, we went on a boat party.
Yeah.
Which, on theme. Oh my God, you're looking at me like, what? On the theme of motivation. Right before the boat party,
Yes.
I just smacked a hella day. I drove 2 hours from like my job site back to the apartment to get changed. I had 30 minutes and my brain and my body was telling me, don't go, pull out. It's too, like, you won't make the time and like you're not okay.
Yeah, we were getting ready, James and I, and we're like, okay. We saw you in the group chat ask a question about the time, and we're like, oh, she better not cancel. There's no way she's cancelling today.
And then I was like, you know what? I was talking to my housemate, and I was like, look, I hate FOMO. So I was like, I can't not, but I know what I need to do. I need to call Dana. She's gonna G me up, and then without missing a beat, I call you, and then you're like, hello, and all I hear is your partner James in the background saying, no, you are not pulling out.
Yep, we gave you like a brief little summary of be a badass bitch and get your ass on this boat, and you're like, that's all I needed to hear. I'll be there.
Literally, it fueled me. I need mad like words of
just words of encouragement.
Words of
you need to hear it.
100% words of encouragement of boogies on the horizon. Well, that was my weekend, and then
But it was a good party. Like we did a nice Soul Harbour on Glass Island. It was banging. I haven't been on that one before.
The Afro beats, and then at one point Buster came on. Like I had some hard beats. That was fun. I was not throwing hands at people, but like just in a general direction of dance movements. No, it was fun. And then we went out for a smudge, but you and I were worse for wear by that point. Like not intoxicated, worse for wear, just tired adults.
We were just at the end of the bar, just like yawning. I'm getting old.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good time.
It was. And then I rest. The beauty of partying Friday is
it's my new favorite thing,
because then you have an extra Sunday. Your Saturday becomes 2 Sundays.
It's always the worst going out Saturday, wasting your Sunday with recovery, and then just having to go to work on Monday, and you're like, oh, crumbs.
Or you do what I did and recover Saturday, and then Sunday
Things got out of hand.
So Sunday the sun was beaming. We have the new apartment. We have a balcony that gets drenched in the sun. We pulled out some Monopoly deal cards. Me, my housemate, and my boyfriend Matt. And yeah, Matt pulled out some rosé, and my weakness is grapes. Grapes,
Any varietal. I'm a weak bitch for
they go
them too.
straight to my head after like two glasses. I'm a bit like funky dunks.
Wine does something that spirits don't do. It's
100.
it's a different type of buzz you get.
Yes, and so yeah, I had a couple rosés in the sun, so that just sort of soaked it in well. And then I had dinner with Matt's parents. It was their wedding anniversary, and it was meant to be very wholesome. And his dad has a wine collection, so he started pouring me red wines. I had far too many.
Oh, red wine on top of rosé as well. Oof.
So I actually got very intoxicated at the family dinner. All I remember was at one point Matt's sister FaceTiming us, and I seriously don't remember much. That's how much red wine I had. Apparently I held it together fine. But all I remember was his sister on FaceTime, and I was whispering loudly at her saying, "I'm drunk, don't tell anyone," at the dinner table in front of everyone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so keep it a secret. FaceTime.
But yeah, that was my weekend, and then
Yeah, it's been straight back to work this week. Yeah, I've been packing because I'm going to Bali tomorrow.
You doge.
Yeah.
You dojo, Dana.
I feel so bad saying it because everyone's like, well, I'm going to work. And I was like, I'm going to Bali.
I'm going to sip Mai Tais and...
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. I've never been to Bali, so we're going for a week.
You've probably told me that, but I'm still shooketh because I've forgotten the fact. You've
Yeah,
never been to Bali?
Never been to Bali before. That was always something my mom always told me not to go to Bali because especially like when it was around the time when we were coming of age where everyone was getting like drinking stupid drinks and getting brain injuries and things like that over there, and it was just really dangerous. But I think I'm now at the age where I'm responsible enough to know better.
So is it on the bucket list to get on a bike drunk with no helmet on and then...
Definitely not.
No brain damage?
I can barely walk sober in a straight line and not fall over, let alone like drunk on a bike and risk brain damage.
I'm fucking blind. Have you seen that video?
I have not.
Okay. Everyone do yourself a favor after listening to this, or pause and go and look up on YouTube. I'm fucking blind in Bali. It is hilarious.
All right, I'll watch that before I get on the plane.
No, it's like you get massages off like not random people, but it feels random. People at beaches, you just hand them what seems like $5 and you get a good neck rub. This sounds like a very creepy exchange.
Yeah, this is sounding really weird. No, but we have booked in already for a few massages. Ooh. And like everyone's already planning at the villa to have some massages and relaxation. It's gonna be fun. We've got a few there's a full itinerary mapped out.
Yes.
So lunches, dinners, clubbing, just rest and recover time, and I'm keen.
Dude, your color coordinated itinerary is like my version of hell.
It's so good though because it's the bridal party for the hen. They've put everything together and they've even got 2 spreadsheets, one that the bride can see and one for the rest of the people that are so the bride doesn't see some things that are happening. It's so well organized. I was like, I could never be in a bridal party because I don't want to fumble the bag.
I can't live in a world like that. That's far too much organization for my brain.
It's actually good for me because I was like, I don't want to plan or do anything. I don't know what I'm doing in Bali. I could look it up, but I'm just. They were like, "Is there anything in particular you want to do?" I was like, "It's your party, your thing. I'm just here for the vibe. I'll go wherever. I'll see whatever.
I want beach massages and patting some monkeys."
Apparently, there's a giant swing there that goes over a cliff thing.
The infamous swing. Correct.
I told them I'd go and watch them on the swing, but I'm not going on the swing because I'm scared of heights. And I've seen a video of one of those swings breaking.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, yeah, that's a no from me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't get to use the swing when I was there. I did the world's worst Bali trip. But I wanted to do the swing, and now you're talking me out of the swing.
I don't know. It's a bit how you going for me.
You check the vibes.
Yeah.
Will you go see some monkeys? Is that in the itinerary?
I think so. I think we might be doing. I think the monkeys and the elephants should be at the same place.
Because I'm gonna hit you with a horror. Well, not a horror story,
I
but
feel like everyone's got a monkey horror story.
oh
Monkeys
boy.
are just cheeky.
Okay, let me paint the picture. After like I'm Bali ballied out, I am like having not a great holiday. Like my Bali trip when I was 18 was less than fun, and just I was ill most of the time, and I was doing all the wrong things. No clubs were hit. It was literally a family trip that wasn't supposed to be a family trip, and I was hating life. Wasn't my family. Just to mention. And I'm feeling low because I'm dehydrated and sick, and already we've gone to a carpet factory to see how carpets are made.
Wow.
Yep. And then I ate a coffee bean from a poop of a lemur. Again, not having the time of my life and very violently ill. And then I get taken to this freaking monkey temple thing. I'm in Bali. I'm rocking around. Got my rig out, wearing shorts. It's hot. And I didn't flippin' know. Nobody flippin' told me. But monkeys want to rob you. And they want to rob you of your body jewelry.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, I feel like I see where this is going.
I walk over. No one had said anything. Usually, you
get a slight heads up, and then you either laugh it off and you're like, oh, that's not going to happen. But
no, so literally, I walk in, and I remember this as clear as day. I walk in, and this monkey comes up, and I'm like, I'm not even wanting a bar of him. And he just walks up, and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, my guy? And he lunges for my belly bar. So I've had to try and swat and jump away from this monkey, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like that scene from Jurassic Park when the little girl feeds that small dinosaur food. All of a sudden, that one monkey decides he wants me. All the monkeys come. I obtain 2 monkey bites. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you just ate a lemur poop coffee bean. I mean, can't get much worse than that.
It was less. Yeah, I had to have some shots and have some medical rub.
Well, I've turned you off the swing, and you've turned me off monkeys. Not that I was like really wanting to get amongst them.
But yeah, that's my forewarning. And if please tell me if anyone's in the same bracket of the monkey attack. If you've got one better, let us know.
Yeah, Bali horror stories. I would like. I probably should have mentioned this like earlier so I could get some tips beforehand, but we'll see. Next week's episode, I'll be just back from Bali. So
hey, you're flying out tomorrow, so you're flying out when this.
I'll be on the plane when this comes out.
When you guys are listening, Dana's on the plane, so hit our socials, send us messages, let her know. But please, monkey horror stories, hit us. So I want to get straight into this, boy.
So we did last week the first time. We did our little segment.
Dana's gonna get into it. Wait, let me bars you in. I once was a kid with other little kids. Now Dana and Courtney aren't such little kids. Now we're out here adulting. Yeah, these kids are adulting. I don't ever want to grow up.
We gotta get that. We can make that our theme song. We'll record you and we'll get it on there.
Jamez, we're auto tuning me.
Amazing. Yeah. So last week we did our first ever little adulting and chitty bang. So
because we're the opposite of adults.
Absolutely not qualified to be adults.
Okay, so Dana has been G-ing me. We have this character trait in our relationship now where if we have something juicy or something we think that should be held for the pod,
Like, I want you, like, to have real reactions.
Genuine reaction where, like, we'll be talking, we'll be like, hold it for the pod. So
this happened to me a couple days ago, the realization. So my adulting one, I'll do that one first because it's like a little bit boring. They're on theme with Bali, so like going to Bali. So my adulting this week was every trip I've ever been on overseas, I'm a last minute, like, throw things into a suitcase, get overseas. Like, why did I pack that?
100%.
Or before the airport, I'm sitting on my suitcase trying to pack it.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've been properly packed with thought out outfits and shoes the day before. Like, my suitcase is ready to go. I just have to zip it up. Like, that's... Like, I'm literally looking at my passport now. It's there. It's ready to go.
We're looking at Dana's suitcase and I'm seeing vacuum packed items. Have you got a vacuum packer? Did you just vacuum? Okay.
Yeah, so you take the pump with you, so when you open it, you can vacuum pack it. I did that in Europe and it saved me so much space. So I just do that, and also keeps things fresh if things, like, you have dirty laundry on the way back.
Like, if you're bringing mildew with you.
But also, like, if your bag splits and then, like, you're in the airport as well, so the rain doesn't get on it, thinking ahead. And plus, if I have to, like, open my suitcase, I don't want my clothes going everywhere.
Yep. That is a great adulting, because I know it's something I have never done, packing a day, 2 days early.
I feel like I'm growing up a little bit.
I'm proud. Now
here's my chitty bang. So the faux pas, the opposite of adulting. So... as we just spoke about, I got the itinerary for Bali the other day, and we booked our tickets, got everything, and I was looking at the itinerary and I was like going through the days, and I was like, okay, so we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then it goes Tuesday. And I'm like, oh, it's missing a day. It's missing Wednesday. And Tuesday it goes, like lunch, and then like make it like dilly-dally, whatever, and then go to the airport. And I'm going, hang on. I booked my return flight tickets for Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm going, no. I've triple checked this. Let me just check it again, because I triple checked when I booked when like all the flights were. And I read the arrival time back on what they booked. So you arrive back in Sydney on Wednesday morning. No. So I booked a day later.
Oh, no.
So I have fixed it and changed my flight. So I get back Tuesday.
Oh, God bless.
Wait. Yeah. I get back Tuesday.
So, okay, so your chitty bang is that you booked the wrong day.
I booked the wrong flight. And even now, like, that I'm saying it out loud, I'm still second guessing myself on these flights, because I'm just like, I just got to get to the airport and I'll get back home. But I know I've got accommodation and doing that sort of, like, I know when I'm getting home, but I'm like, what?
Flight booking anxiety is a serious thing. And if you don't triple check at least 10 times that you've got the correct dates, then you're not booking it correctly.
I know. Like, why did I do it by myself, honestly?
Dana.
So just to let you know, I'm back a bit earlier.
Oh my God, you are, because we had plans Wednesday.
That's why you were trying to plan Tuesday with me, and I was like, I can't tell you about Tuesday because I haven't told you yet.
There's your chitty bang, baby. Okay, well, I'll see you Tuesday. Oh, we're doing our live. That's why you were being weird. Got ya.
I am just generally weird.
You are
that's
generally
why
weird.
I was being extra sus.
Okay. All right. Well, my adulting, we so we've been in the apartment for a month and a half, I'll say, and it's me and like one of my best mates from home, and so it's a gal's house, and we're both not really girly. However, we're attempting to do girly things. So item 1 is we love pink, so we've pinked out the place.
Yes.
Item 2 that she tried to introduce and I got very scared about was plants. So my adulting is that I have successfully had this plant I bought on a whim when my friends were plant shopping, and this little guy, he's a little plant and he has little leaves and they're pink and I was like, this is my son. He's coming home with me, and I probably will kill him. But this week he was looking a bit grim. I thought he was on like death's door, a knocking, and I looked up on Google what to do. I didn't drown him in water. I gave him a bit of magnesium with some soft room temperature water, and old mate went from like Limp Biscuit to Flourish. So my adult is.
You kept a plant alive.
I'm keeping my plant alive.
I'm not a green thumb. I can't do it. It's not me.
No. I've killed cactuses. How do you kill cactuses?
Oh my goodness. They live in the desert.
They live in the flaming desert, and yet my home is inhabitable.
So you're doing really well. We'll keep a progress. I'm going to ask you every week how your plant's going.
My dude, I got to name him something. I'll come up with a name, ASAP Rocky. But my Chitty Bang, which has now gone viral on TikTok. Yep. Okay, guys, if you haven't already, or if you don't have me on TikTok, go on to court_Farrell and pinned you shall see my Chitty Bang of the week. And right before this podcast, my phone blew up and I realized that the video had gone to 117K views.
A viral Chitty Bang.
So I was on a job site. It was Monday morning. We just started in my traffic control job. I'm team leader. We're having a real successful day. We'd closed down a whole parking lot section, swinging the dick around today. Like the day was going super well because it was super busy and like there's a lot of moving parts. And we poured cement or concrete, sorry. And the aim of the game is to keep everyone away from it. And my boss had come on site. And, I was soaking up the praise because, the day had gone so well. And the only job, the most major job, was to not allow anyone to walk across it. Sounds super simple.
Super simple.
And he was like, why don't you put cones there just in case to deter anyone else? Like, I know you've sectioned everything off. And I was like, no one's going to walk through it. 2 seconds later from speaking with him and saying that, in this conversation, I had wandered into the cement or concrete, leaving my fresh footprints.
You're your own worst enemy.
I'm my own worst enemy. And then it's now forever viral on TikTok.
At least you got something good out of it, though.
Woo!
Chitty Bang's bringing the views.
Chitty Bang's getting the views.
That is hilarious.
Oh.
I mean, we're doing very well, but we're not quite there yet.
We're equally a hot mess whilst adulting.
That's funny. So, like, we were talking about your cactus before and, like, how you wanted to, like, water it and keep it alive.
Yep.
This is kind of on theme, but, like, what was motivating you to keep it alive?
Ooh.
Were you doing it to prove something to yourself? Or
yes.
No. Just to prove you could do it?
Do you want to know my deep-seated motivation behind that cacti? Cletus? Cletus was his name. Cletus was my post-breakup plant. Or, actually, no, it was in the midst of, like, a toxic relationshipy on again, off again after some turmoil. That's a whole different episode. But, that plant that you get to be like, you know what? Nothing can love me, so I'm going to love this plant and keep it alive because...
Yeah, okay.
Dana's looking at me like, dog.
But I usually just eat pizza, but all right.
But, like, I'm giving... This is the raw. You're getting Courtney. But honestly, bought this cactus, as like to prove something to myself type thing. And I killed him.
So this one's like redemption. This is motivation for this new plant is redemption.
Redemption. This new plant is, you know what, Courtney, you can do this. You deserve a second chance of being a plant mum. Cletus may not have stood the test of time. However, my new dude, yet to be named, if anyone's got suggestions, throw 'em. But my new dude, he's going to make it. We're going to have a happy life together.
We have faith.
I love good little tie-in. I love it.
Love a little segue.
Cletus R.I.P. So I've got a game for you guys. Well,
Ooh.
you and all those listening. So, to kick off the subject of motivation, we're not going to get all deep and mystical, but I want to start off with a deep question.
Okay. Oh.
So
This is on the fly. I don't know what she's about to ask me, so
100%.
yeah.
So I've heard this exercise before and I've used it and it's quite insightful. But I want to get into your whys of like the thing that drives you behind your motivation. Like, everyone's like family, travel, money, all that stuff. So what motivates you? Just give me base level straight off the bat. What motivates you?
Freedom.
Why?
Why? What motivates me is like wanting freedom. I think because like freedom in all aspects, like financial freedom, freedom to which in turn gives you like freedom to travel, and just that's like internal as a whole just bring less stress,
Why?
because a stress-free life is happy. I want to be happy.
So you want to be happy? That's your motivation?
Yeah. No, not that I'm not
No,
happy now. You know what I mean?
You skipped the freaking why game too quickly, my dog.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, you got straight down to your like, I just want to be happy. Usually it takes like 5 turns to get.
Oh, sorry. I know the meaning of life.
Wow.
I've seen it.
All right, Dojo Dana. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
No,
I'll be here next week.
Well, 100%. It like the whole idea of it usually is like people start with a very synthetic or surface level why of like my family or money, and then you go why, and then they go, well, money will give me a sense of security, and you're like, why do you need that sense of security? And then you're like, well, I grew up in a household of this, and like, so if I give myself that, I can feel a certain way. And then you go, why? So I can have freedom. And then that's, you skipped the first 3 layers of the cake and you got straight to the freaking base.
I feel like over time, I'm just gonna dive in here. I feel like over time, like you said, with like reasons of family and different things, if you've done it before, like you've been through sort of certain things, and those were your motivations, you've got a renewed perspective. Renewed was what I was looking for there.
Wow.
Renewed perspective on it, so it's easier to know what motivates you.
What? Dang it.
Sorry.
You're like an onion.
So many layers.
So many layers. So with that, all right, well, that's the why game. Play with yourself and fit like to the listeners now. Have a go, because it is, even if you want to pause and get down to your base level, because it always is a fun exercise. I wrote mine down. It is the most woo-hooey thing I've done.
But it's a good self-therapy.
It is.
Because there's not a lot of time I see it, like some people do and they're very in touch as well, but a lot of people, you need to sit down and like have those conversations with yourself, not like talking to yourself and
No, 100%. Always talk to
have the
yourself.
conversations with yourself, and then you get to sort of understand yourself. It's free therapy.
Free therapy with yourself. Let's go like the topics of that, right? What do you think growing up, what like would you have pinned your motivation to be? Now that we're 27 years old, we've sort of refined it, as Dana has.
Let's like look back on like our early, I'm gonna say like late teens, early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
My motivation, like I'd say every year to 2 years changes depending on what the goal is in a way. And the goals always change whether you reach them or not. Mine, when I was younger, I was always told as a kid, like, like you go to uni, you get a job, you work 9 to 5. It's a respectable job. That's how you build careers, and that's how you live life. And then that's what you do. And I didn't want to do that, so it was like, okay, I've got to work, and I'm going to like work really hard to make this job like seem just as good and get just as good as that, for in a way like trying to prove that to my family.
Yes.
So it was like being like, okay, if you don't take this job seriously, I'm going to work really hard. But in the end of that, yes, working was good and I still do hospitality, but it kind of had a negative effect
Yeah.
in the way that I was working so hard that I wasn't seeing my family
Yes.
and I'd put it off. So
Yes.
I'd not see my family because I felt guilty.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I haven't achieved what I need to achieve yet. I'm not at the goal. So why would I've got nothing to show for myself. So I can't go and, I've got to be at the top before I can.
Which is and you've hit the nail on the head where and same when I moved to Sydney, I had quit my job of work that I worked straight out of uni and went from working for a tobacco company, like an international tobacco company, to coming here, and I wanted the freedom. I wanted to work different jobs. I was sick of what I was doing and I was unhappy. But when I got here, I still wore a mask of yes, I'm doing hospitality and I waitress and I do bottle service. But I've got other plates spinning, or I keep myself busy. And if what did you do today? Even if I have a day off and I still do this, and I have this really toxic trait in myself that I identify where I am afraid of my downtime.
Yes.
And I can't, if
you're not doing you feel like it's not okay to not be doing anything.
Yes.
So when someone asks you, oh, what did you do today? And if you were to say nothing, it's that feeling of oh my God, the shame.
Yeah, 100%.
Of not doing anything.
But you work so hard all the other days that you honestly deserve and need it. But for some reason, we have this weird driving shame that
there's so many years where it's different goals have changed over time, but it was whether it be money, travel, trying to whatever the motivation was, the intensity of the work, we've both had so many jobs and we still do on the go at the same time, that the burnout is just ridiculous. It was work until you've burnt yourself completely out, and then it's going to take you 2 months to recover from that, and then you repeat the cycle.
100%.
And then you repeat the cycle.
And a huge thing, and I don't know if I can speak for you, but when working, doing all these different jobs and doing different things, like you said, there is mad burnout sometimes I would burn myself out so much because none of them are contracts, none of them are full time. I the other week I tried to take a week off to reset myself. I didn't get through any to-do lists or anything that I tried to do. I didn't give myself downtime, and then I got real grim on myself. And it's funny because I thought I give myself freedom with my lifestyle, and I'm not going to take away from that. I'm proud of myself and my work ethic, but sometimes my whole idea of trying to give myself more free time works against me because I don't even appreciate it or use it or
I 100% feel that. So it's the past few weeks, as you know, I've come back from holidays and I haven't worked for the past I think a couple weeks now, and I've always, every time you're burning out and you're working, you're always I wish I had this time to do this. I wish I had the time to do that. And this is why it's also taken us so long to get the podcast finally out, was because
100%.
we're okay, just one more week. It's not ready. We're both working, and it wasn't what we thought to the level that we wanted it. And was I wish we just had free time. But now that I've been given this free time, there's been days where I haven't done anything during the day, or and then I'm I know I'm going to kick myself so hard if I was had to work full time from next week. I'd be well, what did I do with that time?
Exactly.
I am very stress free and relaxed at the moment. I feel pretty good. I'm not burnt out. I'm not stressed. I'm not worried. We've got the podcast out, but every day doing little things to actually remain productive.
Yes. 100%.
Which has helped, but I'm internally battling with oh, you're not doing anything with your time. And then
Yep.
also being like, yeah, but you also need rest.
Which is like, it's important to say out loud, I feel, because and a huge thing that is the main vein of this podcast is everyone's doing it differently.
Yeah.
Like,
some people can cope. Some people love the intense stress kind of thing. Like, that's their bread and butter.
But again, like, to say out loud that, like, even like whatever lifestyle you pick, even if you feel like you don't have the freedom and you look into what seems like someone who does, like, people are still going through the exact same cycles. Like,
Yeah.
I have a like my best friend from home. She works a full-time job, and like, just like, when we speak on the phone, she's like, your life looks so exciting and all these things, and I'm like, honestly, right now I'm being a hermit.
Yeah.
But I'm presenting like yes, I do have social moments, but with this podcast and work and trying like everything, I'm not feeling like it's exciting, which is, it's all perception, and I'm like, your life is like it's funny looking at the greener grass from, like, everything always seems
everything's
that way.
people are always like, oh, it just looks so much greener on the other side. And there's a big thing with social media is like, you have no idea what people are doing at the moment. Like, I posted something from our holiday trip, and someone was like, oh, you're in London. I was like, no, that's like old, so you have literally no idea.
100%.
I wanted to ask you as well, like, on motivation, do you have any like toxic things that drive you? Like,
toxic things that drive me.
because we have like, or maybe, okay, before we get into toxic, what's like your main motive? What's your why? What's your motivation?
What's my why? My why, yeah, same as you. It always comes down to freedom. And the end of my why chart is this. I wrote like a little thing at the end, and I have my goal, or my why, as you want to call it, is I just want to live a life that's worth writing about.
Ooh.
That's always been my like, I just feel like life's going to throw anything at you, and it has, and it will. So I just want to live. It sounds so lame. I want to live life to the fullest. I have my life bucket list of random jobs, random experiences.
Yeah. Every like week you say something, oh, that's on my bucket list, and sometimes it's the most wacky doodle thing that comes out, and I'm like, I don't think that's on anyone else's bucket list.
100%. Like, I have, like, I've ticked off some really cool ones. I've been in a music video. I've been in an international music video. I've been a ring girl. I've been a grid girl. Like, and like the international music video, I wanted a Hilary Duff moment where I was spotted in a crowd and it was borderline probably not the safest option, but I agreed to a music video with randoms. Turns out it was actually okay. But like, and another one's like to be waterboarded. I've just got a life list of things, and it keeps me going because I know, like,
it also opens you up for opportunity.
That's what I mean. I want to always say yes, because I think my why comes from growing up in a small town, and it's like, oh, this is just going to be a cheese fest. It's like those big dreams. I have those like big dreams, and I wanted to live in a big city. That's another bucket list. That's Sydney for me. My next one is living in like all the European capital cities. Like, that's going to be through life. But yeah, that is my why.
Good why.
Cheese fest. Now go back to being normal.
We're flipping the coin and we're going straight to toxic.
Let's get toxic. Can you hit me with one of yours first to get the ball rolling?
One of my toxic motivations is I'm a mad procrastinator.
Yep.
So I'm like a procrastination deadline person.
Yep.
So this is also ties in with like not wanting to seem like you do nothing in a day.
Yes.
So say like I have this thing as well, which is a perfect motivation. Like when James comes home from work, I know what time he's going to be home.
Yep.
But to me, I'm like, oh, I also want to feel like I want to feel like I've done something today, but I also don't want to present that I've just been sitting on my ass all day.
Yes.
So I'll do as much as I can around the house to
Mhm.
like, at least give the vibe that something has happened today,
Yes. Yep.
you know? And most of the time, like, I can get it done. Like, I could spend the whole day doing it, but oh man, I'm a good procrastinator. I like when it's time, if I've got an hour to do it, it gets done.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yep.
But then the worst part about that is I know how fast I can do it now. That there's no, like, in my head, I'm like, there's no excuse for not doing that in a short amount of time when
Yes.
you've got like a spare hour.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
So if I come home and I'm like, oh, I've only got 2 hours before I got to go somewhere and I need to do like housework or something, I know I can do it in like less than an hour, but I still don't. Or when people come over.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
That's a really like that's mine.
Inviting or organizing plans to push you to clean.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds shocking, but yes, I've used that one before.
Even if it's like regular, like say you were coming over or like family members or brothers or something like that, I'm still like, no, this is a display home. We need to clean things we haven't cleaned in a while.
Okay, I have a shocking one. This one's shocking. This isn't something like I don't. Okay, I don't know. I'm a bit ashamed, but I'm gonna play it. To all my content girlies out there, if you get this, sometimes my motivation is to do something and then be able to like post it on the story.
Okay.
Yep. I know I'm humiliated. As in, like, sometimes that will motivate me, and it's stupid. Like, I am not great at keeping up a good workout cycle, and if I think to myself like I can post. That's how okay. Not that I can post it, but like, do it. You can post it up. You look like you're doing things, or like
it's like accountability for yourself.
Exactly,
and it's also other people looking at it, which makes it's more out there.
And it's not just working out. It's not like I'm like, look at me, I'm a fitness queen. But I mean in general, like getting out and about, like anything, like it sometimes, like, it sounds awful, but when you content create a lot, which I have been for years, and you need to like people think that you're doing things all the time. So sometimes it really does motivate me to get out and do things, which again, I'm so sorry, I sound shocking, but yeah.
Yeah, like if you're like, oh, I've already posted all my content's posted, I have to get up and out.
Mm-hmm. Motivation. Okay. I am gonna come back with a Courtney be beefing.
Oh yes.
And this is
no beef with me this week.
The beef is not with you, but I be beefing. This one is one that I hold for motivational quotes. And like, look, everyone's different. And this is, again, let's get into the like, what are you doing to motivate yourself? I've never been a human that you know what? I'm getting up my dang phone. Where is she? There it is. Like, I saved some. Like, I'm not the human that reads a message, like reads those little things where like, one step at a time, nothing more is necessary than that. Or I would rather be misunderstood for being genuine than praised for being fake. Like,
yeah, those ones, they're not going to make me get up and reevaluate my life.
All power to whatever does, but I personally, being just a human being that wants 100 and just like get down to it, like just say what you mean. I don't need the sugar on top.
Yeah.
Just just translate it to be your fucking weird self, my dude. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna start. You know what? It's a tidbit. I'm gonna post my the real ones on our feed, so everyone can see what I'm talking about.
You might not be a lazy bitch. You might have ADHD.
Yes, son. Like, I don't know. Personally, sometimes, or in this era right now, I'm seeing so much of it, and some of it is really beautiful and helpful. And don't get me wrong, there are insightful things into like languages of like that explore toxic traits or love bombing and blah, blah, blah. I like those ones that are insightful and knowledgeable, but the motivational ones...
The fluffy motivational ones.
The fluff? My dude, shave it. Give me what's on the skin.
Yeah.
Get into the epidermis. Don't give me your fluff.
Big words today. Word of the day is epidermis. I mean, yeah, a beef with like fluffy quotes. I feel that. I vibe with that. I'm joining you on this beef. Like, it's just, sometimes I'm just like, leave me alone.
So, what is your weird motivations? Like, so okay, we've got. Let's actually no, sorry, take it back. Not weird. What motivates you when you need to get motivated? So people like cold shower, loud music, certain genre music, calling a friend. What do you think? Like, what are your go-tos?
There was one time, I don't know why, but every time I was on the way to work and I needed a hype up song, I'd listen to this song like 3 times in a row. And honestly, the song, when you deep the lyrics, is just like it's not a hype up song.
Yep.
It shouldn't, but it's just the song, like
Yep.
the intro to it. Oh, kills me. I think it's all I ever wanted by Mace.
To see you smiling is all I
No.
ever. No.
No.
Oh.
By Mace. It's the. Oh fuck! Now you put that in my head. I can't even
Okay.
sing
Okay.
it.
We'll spot it. Pause at Spotify. Not actually play it because we don't have the rights to it. But I don't know the song. But
Okay, so we just.
but you've got your hype song. Got ya.
Yeah, so I'd listen to that song on the way to work and I'd be like, I'm in a good mood. Like, it's just a very upbeat, like, catchy song.
Yep.
And I'd listen to that on the way to work. It was like, I'm ready for work now. This is good. But I'm not a cold shower person. I like my little cozy. I have bought an ice bath to start trying and using. So that will be interesting to see how that goes.
That will be introduced in a segment very soon, I'm sure.
100%. We're going to incorporate.
Vote Dana to get into the ice bath.
Oh my God.
My motivational song, and I was playing this on the way here after doing my 12-hour shift, coming to yours and being stuck in traffic. I have 2, but right now, and I'm hitting them hard right now because I'm needing the extra energy. Black Betty.
Mm-hmm.
By Spiderbait. Whoa, Black Betty, bam, bam. That and Gasolina, Daddy Yankee.
Oh, Gasolina's a really good hype up song.
Oh,
You hear that? Oh, yeah.
Yep, those are my go-tos. But in the summertime, I sweat. I'll have a hot shower. Then I will try and see how long I can go. I'll turn the hot off completely, and I'll do my little. Matt knows my little cold shower dance, but I stand there and you got to dance while you're in the cold, or else you can't not move. So I'm like,
yeah, you have to move around.
Matt knows when I'm having a cold shower because he can hear me go, and I'm doing my little jig. But
cold water.
It revives you. It's like jumping in the ocean without going to the beach and getting sandy.
Yeah, I need to probably start doing that. I need to get over my coldness.
Have you got now onto the weird motivations? Have you got anything odd that you think that you do as your little hype?
I don't do anything I don't like. That's out of the ordinary. Sometimes I watch this is cringe.
Here we go.
This is cringe because the motivational the YouTube the Arnold or the Anthony Joshua prepping for a fight when he's in camp.
You're one of
nice
them.
Just I haven't done that in a while, but you used to
done it.
watch it. I have done it.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck yeah, it got to be build you up. And I'm like, I'm nothing right now. Let's go. That's.
Oh my God.
I have been that one. I'm not posting pictures of Arnold and quotes and stuff on my page,
No.
and I'm not benching, but it hypes you up.
You get that early worm, you bird.
Yeah, that's me.
I just.
What's yours?
I asked it and I didn't. I know I have weird ones, but now I'm scratching the brain. One is sometimes I do a speed run on the spot. and it's an old soccer G up thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Um,
I was like, where's the context of that?
yep. That's an old soccer G up one where I just like run quickly, like flash dance, to like get motivated or get my body moving. If I can't in the wintertime when I can't have my cold showers, I got this off my old housemate. I ice water bowl and dunk my head in and scream into the water bowl, like an absolute Fruit Loop.
That's fun.
Yeah, yep. Or.
I've heard people like dipping their faces in ice baths, but I've never heard like the ice water, but I've never heard of anyone screaming into the bowl.
Yeah, you got to scream into the bowl. That's the prerequisite. If you're getting in the bowl, you're screaming. I'm sure Eminem's probably coined it when they're getting in the bowl, but that's my motivation.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
We had a few people, we did put up a post about like what motivates you on Instagram.
Yes.
And I had a few people, a lot of the replies that I saw were people, one was dollar bills, yo.
Yeah. I mean, okay, obviously
I
money makes us survive.
I think as well, the motivation can change depending on the goal.
100%.
Yeah.
Because, like, yes. But
overall,
I think personal. Look, like, yes, money is why we do things. We're not living in a cashless society, just hippies living off the land. As fun as that would be, I'd live for it. You just travel around like a gypsy, sign me up. But it's hard if that is your driving factor because you're not in tune with your actual goal, right? Yeah. Or am I just being an absolute?
No, 100%. I do know, like, one of the people that responded, one of my friends who responded to that, his goal, he told me he's had his, like, 5-year plan, his 10-year plan, and I remember speaking to him a few years ago, and I actually caught up with him the other weekend. And so he's said to me, he's like, I've reached my 5-year goal. So he's like, I'm selling my business. And we're like, and his business is doing well. Like, you know, you could easily keep that business and keep it going and just make money. But he's like, no, I'm selling my business. I've reached my 5-year goal.
Hot damn.
And he's like looking forward to the next 5 years, which was his 10-year goal. And one of the things he told me a few years back was like his 10-year goal was to become a billionaire.
Oh.
So he's moving on to different avenues, different bigger, better things. And with his business doing well, he can explore all those different things and also have freedom to do different stuff. And I was like, go for it. Like, that's what you want to.
I love to get in the minds of those people because obviously, we all be sitting here thinking, boy, I'd love to be a millionaire, right? In the back of our minds, somehow we think that that's going to be the end goal. I mean, I know I think it every day. I'm like, one day when I'm rich. But hey, one day when we are rich.
Yeah. We podcast live from Paris.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You know what our collective goal is? I know one of our goals, and we've spoken from the very beginning. One day, when things be going well, we're going to get the Christian Dior gold chain because it has C and D on it.
C and D. Yeah, Courtney and Dana.
That is our goal.
So if you see us with these matching necklaces,
we made it.
We going big.
Right now we scraping. We struggle straight. The economy hitting.
Yeah.
Like I skipped lunch today, son.
Yeah, the 2 meals a day is going pretty well. It's good for the it's intermittent fasting.
Exactly. But you know what? I think on that note, I want to round us out in a really, really, really wholesome way. Even though we've been talking about motivations and the things that drive us, ultimately we just want to also say, which I think is imperative in these conversations, and I'm going to get cheesy again, in that no matter what your goals are or what's driving you, you should always check in with yourself and make sure that you're doing the things for you. And yes, check all your boxes and make sure you're looking after those around you and blah, blah, blah. But you're the important person in your life.
100%.
And every day, everyone's going through something else. And right now, it is tough for humans, but you're doing great. And I'm saying that while I'm looking at Dana. You're doing amazing.
You're doing
and
amazing.
the person listening to this, you're doing amazing. And everyone's going through all different things, but congratulations, and we're proud of you. Kill it, bitch!
You were like a nice soft cheese, and then you went gangster hard cheese.
I went gangster cheese at the end.
Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Not Qualified to Be Here.
That was, you know what? We're gonna, like, I know the emotions are always gonna change on here because, like, this is a mixed all-rounder bag of potty, right?
100%.
But this one has been fun and exploratory. So, Dojo Dana, I will see you on our live next Tuesday because you'll be here now.
I should be here.
You'll be here. But please, if you want to respond with anything that we've said, we've got our socials, Instagram, DM us. That's where we can be chatting. Go check all the platforms. And if you've really liked this, we'd love a 5 stars.
Rate us nicely.
Rate us nicely,
appreciate
please.
it.
Get us to that dual chain.
Like, follow, and subscribe. All our links are in our description. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, baby.
Bye.